in Erie County, Tennessee. Pastor Walter Chick McGill. WALTERCHICK MC
Perfect. And thank you for serving. I know you served as well.
Yeah, Vietnam War, 2.5 years in Vietnam War. In the U.S. Air Force.
Thank you for serving.
I'm not a hero. I'm just a faithful American.
Absolutely. For your title, doing this journey, this walk, what can I?
Just pastor.
Pastor. Got it.
No reverence, please.
Got it. Tell me when you first got the idea to do this. What was that like?
Well, it was fall of 2012. I was sampling the homeless lifestyle because I'm a minister and I wanted to know what it's like. And so I was out in the desert of Arizona, sleeping in a tent. And 3 nights in a row, I was awakened at midnight, precisely at midnight. And I heard this voice, not audibly, but in my mind, saying, "I need you to walk across America." And I thought, maybe I was hallucinating right at first. And I said, "This must be God talking to me." But I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea. I'm too old for this. So 2 nights, I just kind of brushed him aside. But the 3rd night, when I was awakened, I heard the voice say, "I'm serious about you walking across America." So I felt like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. You can't argue with God. And I realized I'm not hallucinating. This is a real thing. So I contacted my wife, and she was in Uganda. We're missionaries to Uganda. She was still there. And I contacted her and I said, "I've got to walk across America." And she was kind of blown away by that. She'd never heard of such a thing. And she agreed to come back and be my support person. And I didn't even know why I was supposed to be walking across America. But I got bits and pieces from the fall of 2012 until we started this year. I got the bits and pieces of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm really supposed to be promoting a new birth of freedom and integrity in America, calling attention to the 10 Commandments, the Golden Rule, and our nation's founding documents. I'm supposed to carry the American flag as a symbol of we the people, honor and respect, something that all Americans can resonate with. I'm supposed to salute every motorist, every American, as a gesture of honor and respect, because we in this country have lost respect. Families have lost respect within their family units. We need to spend time with each other. We need to look at each other with respect. We need to esteem each other higher than ourselves. A salute is from a subordinate to a superior. So it's a kind way to say, "I'm your fellow American." And I want you to be my friend. I want us to work together. I want us to lock arms and let's bring this country back where it was perhaps when I was a teenager.
Perfect. When you're tired, fatigued, cold, hot, hungry, tell me what keeps you going.
Well, it's my dedication to God. When you're in a war, you have superior officers, and they command you to do certain things. They're not easy, but you learn how to take orders and persevere. And God is my commander. I don't always like everything He has me do, but I feel good at the end of the day because I've accomplished the mission.
Very well said. Tell me what's been the best part of your journey so far.
The best part is talking to people. I meet young people, I meet older people. Just coming into Edmond, there was an older woman who stopped her car on the other side of the street. She said not a word. She just came across and grabbed me around the neck, hugging me, not saying a word. She would not let go. And I'm like, God, this is awesome stuff. And then finally she was able to talk with tears in her eyes. She said, "Thank you for what you're doing." And people know what I'm doing. I don't know how they're finding out. Maybe they're reading it in newspapers or seeing it on television or whatever. But they really resonate with this flag, I tell you that.
Absolutely. And when you're all is said and done and your journey's over, tell me what you want to see happen as a result of your walk.
Well, I'm a minister. I'm a veteran and a minister. And I believe that we've made a mistake of taking God out of society. You know, there's a faction in America that seems to want to even have the word God taken out of everything. Even though our money says in God we trust. I think that America used to be a country that did have a fair amount of trust in God. We used to have prayer a lot more places. I think in the oath to office, so help me God, you know, is there, and in some cases is still there. But we see a drift away from that, and I would just like to promote this new birth of freedom, integrity, so that I don't want churches to rule this nation. I don't want religion to rule the nation. But I think that God should be in the hearts of His rulers, so that we treat each other with the golden rule and the Ten Commandment principle.
And lastly, what's been the most difficult part of this journey for you?
Well, you know, from the waist up, I feel like Atlas. I'm 68 years old. I'm one of the oldest people in history to walk across this country. But from the waist down, my legs and feet betray me. Almost every day I have pain, agonizing pain. The first 2 or 3 months of this journey, today's day 124, the first couple months, I would literally cry about halfway through the walk. And I try to make 15 miles a day. I have suffered physically, but mentally and spiritually I've been sound, and that's what's carried me through.
Very well said. Excellent. Anything else you want to add, or I should have asked? It was great.
Well, you know, another thing, people sort of criticize me here in the Bible Belt. I've been walking through the Bible Belt the whole way. And they say, why don't you go somewhere besides the Bible Belt? You're preaching to the choir. Well, I say that the choir has 3 problems. Some have lost their voices, some have forgotten the song, and others don't come to choir practice. What I'd like to see in America is to have the choir sing a beautiful song. Because, you know, politicians know how to dance. And if we sing a beautiful song, they'll dance to that song.
Very well said. Excellent. Anything else you want to add, or I should have asked anything else? That was good.
I want to say that my wife, Barbara, the support person, is really the backbone of this mission. She keeps me going. God keeps me going in heaven, and she keeps me going on earth.
Very well spoken.